of Change News.
This is Voice of Change Radio News. Good day, I'm Amanda Kumalo. A look at stories making the headlines. First Lady's Chitown sewing project a success. In business news, Zimbabwe, EU sign $46 million finance deals. In regional and international news, Ethiopia, more humanitarian aid arrives in Tigray region. The news in detail. First Lady Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa is charmed that the sewing project she rolled out to empower girls in Chitungwiza is still going strong, helping them acquire life skills and stay away from mischief. On Sunday, the beneficiaries invited the First Lady to see the clothes they sew and help distribute them to the needy around Chitungwiza. They sew hundreds of dresses, skirts, shirts, shorts, blouses for different age groups. The First Lady, through her Angel of Hope Foundation, provided skills, machines, materials, and other accessories to make the project a success. Girls went through the Mother of the Nation's Gota Nanga program to inculcate good morals in them, started by sewing reusable sanitary pads after being trained by Angel of Hope Foundation, which were later distributed to schools in Chitungwiza for the benefit of disadvantaged girls. President Mnangagwa is tomorrow expected to set legislative agenda for the 5th session of the 9th Parliament when he delivers his State of the Nation address at the imposing and iconic new Parliament building in Mount Hampton. Tomorrow's event is historic in that it will be an inaugural sitting of Parliament at the 6-story circular Parliament building constructed under a Chinese grant in a show of deep bilateral relationship rooted in close ties. On Thursday, Finance and Economic Development Minister Professor Mthuli Ncube will also deliver the 2023 national budget at the same building. It is the President's address tomorrow during SONA where he will reflect on his government's achievement, challenges, vision and the legislative agenda following the coming to an end of the 4th session of the 9th Parliament. That will be the major highlight of the year. Moving on to business news, the European Union and Zimbabwe yesterday signed 2 financial agreements totaling $46 million under the Zimbabwe-EU cooperation program, reaffirming that the engagement and re-engagement drive with the receptive international community is bearing fruit and that the EU is moving rapidly out of the sanctions trajectory. Under President Mnangagwa, the Second Republic has pushed hard to improve relations with the international community, and East Zimbabwe is open for business mantra has found resonance with many. In his remarks at the signing ceremony held at the Treasury Boardroom in Harare, Finance and Economic Development Minister Mthuli Ncube said the event signified the deepening of development cooperation between the government of Zimbabwe and the EU. A look at regional and international news. More aid arrived in Ethiopia's Tigray region following the signing of a truce earlier this month calling for unhindered humanitarian access to the war-torn northern region. Officials said 14 humanitarian aid trucks arrived on Sunday, including several carrying badly needed fuel and food aid from the United Nations World Food Programme. A Catholic missionary, Father Alfred, said hospitals were yet to be receiving adequate medicine supplies. Tigray is in the deep of a dire humanitarian crisis, the result of 2 years of restrictions on aid. These restrictions prompted a UN panel of experts to conclude that Ethiopia's government probably used starvation as a method of warfare against the region. And finally, in sports news, the Zimbabwe senior netball team get their campaign at the 2022 Spa Diamond Challenge in Pretoria, South Africa, underway today against the President's 12, hoping for a positive result. The tournament is featuring hosts South Africa, Scotland, and Zimbabwe. The hosts are fielding two teams, the Proteas and the President's 12. Speaking before their departure, James assistant coach Tatenda Shinya said they are ready to get the ball rolling. Zimbabwe have always played second fiddle to South Africa, but Shinya said they are hoping to give them a good run for their money this time around. That ends this news bulletin.
Voice of Change News.